iPhone XR was released in 2018, so how does it hold up in 2022? That's what we're going to find out in this video. First, let's talk about the screen. It's a 6.1 Liquid Retina IPS LCD, and the screen's not a premium screen, but it is still a very good screen, and a resolution of 828 by 1792, and of course, True Tone. Its max brightness is 625 nits, which is pretty good. You should not have trouble seeing it outside, but it's still, you will have a little trouble. Next, we have the body. The build is an aluminum frame. You can see this phone is cracked, and the screen is cracked at 1.2. For my personal experience, this iPhone is not the most durable, so put a case on it. With a glass back, you get wireless charging. This phone feels so good in the hands. Its curved edges feel great. It has an IP67 dust and water resistant for up to 1 meter for 30 minutes, but don't go dropping it in a pool. It is running the A12 Bionic and 3 gigabytes of RAM. Since it was released in 2018, you're going to get updates until 2024, and it still might be supported further. If you have an iPhone XR running iOS 14 or 15, I suggest you keep it on that. Hopefully, iOS 16 will not hurt the battery and the power, but you never know. As for the storage, you can get 64, 128, and 256. I'll put the prices on the screen. And Face ID is pretty snappy. Face ID is actually amazing. I have had sunglasses on and it still worked perfectly fine. It's been dark out and it still worked perfectly fine. Now let's talk about the camera. The main camera is a 1-camera setup, and for a 1-camera setup, it's pretty good. With a 12 megapixel sensor, you can get some great photos with it. As for the video, you can shoot it up to 4K at 60 frames per second, which is pretty good. Again, you can get some great videos and photos with this phone. But as for the selfie camera, it's a 7 megapixel and it's fine. You know, selfie cameras usually aren't that great. You can shoot at 1080p at 60 frames per second, which is okay. Now the speakers are pretty good. I mean, it gets relatively loud, but the batteries...
It is kind of windy, but this is the mic on the iPhone XR. Tell me how it sounds.
2,942 milliamp hour battery with 15-watt fast charging. I'm still pretty impressed with this battery, especially for $230. It has a terrific battery for that price tag. It's just so much value in there. As for the colors, black, red, yellow, blue, coral, and white. Blue is the best color of all time on an iPhone. And in closing, is this phone still good in 2022? Absolutely, it does. It is still a really good option, especially now since it's $230. That is a terrific deal. If you guys are wanting to pick this phone up, I'll put a link in the description below for Back Market. I think that they do the best job. Depending on what quality you want your phone, it goes cheaper, but overall, it is a very good phone. Thank you guys for watching. If you guys like this video, then subscribe and like while you're at it. Peace out.